Psalms 55, we're going to start at verse 12 through 23. For it is not an enemy who reproaches me, then I could bear it. Nor is it one who hates me, who has magnified himself against me, then I could hide from him. But it is you, a man, my equal, my companion, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked to the house of God in the throng. Let death seize them. Let them go down alive into hell. For wickedness is their dwellings, and among them. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord will save me. Evening and morning and at noon I will pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. He has redeemed my soul in peace from the battle which was against me, for there were many against me. God will hear and afflict them, even he who abides from old, because they did not change, therefore they do not fear God. He has put forth his hands against those who were at peace with him, and who has broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. But you, O God, shall bring down to the pit of destruction. Shall bring them down to the pit of destruction. Bloodthirsty and deceitful men shall not live out half their days. But I trust in you. Exactly, family. You're going to have so-called friends. See, what David is talking about in this Psalms is a friend. It wasn't an enemy. It wasn't a stranger. It wasn't somebody he didn't know. This was a so-called friend of his, a companion, an acquaintance that turned on him. He was basically saying, I expect this from other people, but not you. We've all experienced this at some point of our lives. We've lost so-called friends. Some people that are no longer in my life, they were in my life for years. And they continue to play the victim online and tell their new friends nowadays and their family that, I was the problem. But the Lord knows they were the problem. And that's why he removed me from their lives. Until these people, and they know who they are, I wouldn't doubt it if they don't listen. But if they could ever humble themselves and actually take humiliation and ask for forgiveness, possibly these friendships could be restored. But when the Lord separates me from such people, and I pray on it, and he confirms to me, yes, they were stumbling blocks, they were hindering your blessings, they were going to lead you to the path of destruction, these people were never going to change, then yeah, I'm going to stay away. I'm going to keep my distance. So family, don't always be upset when someone shows you their true colors. As a child of God, you can pray on it and cast your cares and your anxieties upon the Lord, and he will answer, he will hear you, and he will give you peace. And you can sit back and watch how they're not at peace and how they complain and how they slander and gossip. And it's like, I'm going to let them do what they do because God sees and knows all. He is an all-knowing God. So even if they've got their so-called new friends and their family behind their back, that family and those new friends don't know their heart, but the Lord knows their heart. So, none of us are perfect, family. We all fall short of the glory of God, but you've got to be willing to take accountability when you mess up with somebody. You got to be willing to say, I'm sorry, forgive me. The Lord tells us that we are to forgive people 70 times 7. That's a lot. Even Peter was like, whoa, I've got to forgive someone that many times? Yes, you do, family. You are not a child of light and a child of God if you can't. Now, that doesn't mean these people have to be in your life. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. They don't have to be in your life, but for your soul's sake, forgive them. Forgive them, let it go. You may not forget it. It may be a lesson learned, to put your trust more in God than you put in man. Not to be so quick to put your trust in friends and people, And God's going to remove people from your life, but he's also going to place people in your life that need to be there. So when I look back on some of these friendships that, I no longer have, or these people that are no longer in my life, it used to bother me. I used to always question, why can't they just say they're sorry? But now, today, I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with it because I know that all-knowing God knows my heart, and he sees and knows what happened. I've casted my cares and my anxieties over these people, and he heard my prayer, and he gave me peace. And I know he's going to handle these people. And honestly, these people that I don't talk to no more, I hope that they find God. You know, I hope that they can realize the error in their ways and stop being the victim and pointing the finger at everybody else.